Today we are going to take a look at Campfire Era, a $1,300 AM, very expensive stuff. And man, this review is going to be very interesting, very difficult to make because the sound signature of Era is very specific and different from everything that I've heard so far. It's as I was saying, it's a very specific kind of sound signature that works wonderfully with some kinds of music and with some kinds of genres, and it's pretty bad with other kinds of genres. So I will try to illustrate to you the best I can the overall sound signature. We will talk about sound signature, the overall technical aspects of the sound, the build quality, and other thing that made my life even harder to review this IEM was how this little guy right here is sensible to the environment that it's put on. First of all, the source can change a lot the sound signature, the amount of impedance and current that every amplifier is going to fire to it. It can be a very hissing and aggressive IEM with more powerful source. You need something very controlled and with a very black noise level. So you gotta take care with amplification, you gotta take care with the source, you gotta take a lot of care with the ear tips too, because this IEM is very sensible to ear tips. The overall sound signature can change a lot. Actually, all the IEMs are very sensible to ear tips, but I think that Era and Campfire IEMs have something different indeed, and they need a lot of caring with the surroundings, with the amplification, with the source, with the ear tips, even with the cable. When you look at the cable has its own impedance, so if you change the cable, the IEM is going to sound different. So there you got it, a very interesting and difficult IEM to review. At first glance, at first hearing, I hated the overall sound signature, and after some days with the mental burning and with other genres, I started to love it for what it is. But let's start with the overall build quality, and then we talk about the sound signature. One interesting thing that I have to say about Campfire is about the overall personality of the IEMs in the sound signature and at the design. You can see that the box is very different, you can see the pattern, you can see that Campfire is not afraid to try something different when you look at the box. And one interesting thing that I have right here, you can see I have a Casey case, very good case. I have a Tenzu case, and this is a Campfire Holocene case. Look at it, very tacky, very different, very trippy, dare I say. So this is a statement that Campfire can do some things very interesting. Although a lot of people are not going to like, I personally dig a lot the overall packaging. And the way that you open the packaging, like it was a gift, is very interesting. It's wrapped up with this box right here, and inside you have the other stuff. Beautiful pattern, beautiful stuff, the art design, very interesting. Inside it you have all the accessories and the IEM, a case, not as trippy as Campfire Holocene case, but very beautiful indeed. It has some patterns. It's a case made of leather, very good quality, the zipper is very good, and inside it you have a pouch to protect the IEMs. And as I can see, it seems like lamb leather right here to protect the IEM, so very premium feeling case. And talking about premium, the ear tips are very premium because I don't have everything here with me. It's a used Unity, but I can see that it uses very good quality foam ear tips. Hope you can see. And final ear tips for the silicone ones. And final ear tips are actually, in my opinion, the best in the world when we talk about silicone ear tips. It's a subjective matter, but it's undeniable that the quality of the accessories are very good. Now, talking about quality, we gotta talk about the cable and the MEMCX connection, because in my opinion this is the best in the market right now. Very reliable, very easy to pull it off, very easy to fit it in again. So the overall quality of this MEMCX connection is amazing. A lot of people are afraid of MEMCX connection because they tend to break a lot, but when well implemented, I think that MEMCX can be even better than a 2-pin connector because the connection do not get loose and you can rotate the IEM inside your ears, so the comfort and fit can be even better. Talking about comfort and fit, the shells are just, man, amazing. I had a Campfire Audio Andromeda back then, and even today, even for today's standards, my Unity was a 2018 one. I think that Campfire Andromeda is one of the best IEMs that I've ever heard, and actually my favorite IEM of all time because the comfort is amazing and it follows the same fit. The aesthetics I dig a lot, and the sound signature, man, I just love Campfire Audio Andromeda, Solaris, and now Era sound signature so much. And since we are talking about sound signature, what can I say about Campfire Era sound signature? This is a very interesting IEM with a lot of character, with a lot of personality that not everyone is going to enjoy, and actually I enjoy it for specific purposes. I wouldn't recommend Campfire Era for someone that's looking just for one IEM to rule everything, because the sound signature, as I said, is very specific. It's far off than Jack of all trades and Master of none. Actually, it's a master of just one trade. The overall sound signature, to my ears, is a neutral one with linear bass and some boost at the beginning of the treble. When you pass the upper treble, the pinagain region, there is a glare right there that gives a lot of detail retrieval and a very amazing technical aspect to this IEM. And if I have to illustrate the overall tonality, is a very, as I said, lean bass tonality with a very strong sense of resolution. The resolution of this IEM, even for $1,000, man, is so big. I think it's one of the most revealing things that I've ever heard in this hobby, and this is the strong aspect of this IEM. The technical aspect of it is just nuts. A lot of it's because of this linear and colder kind of sound signature, but also a lot of it's because of the technical capacities of these drivers, because if you try to EQ it, you can add a lot of bass, get rid of all that treble, and have an amazing IEM, but still with a very strong sense of resolution. Not as resolute as before, of course, but still very good quality right here. So if you are prone to EQ, this can be a beast of another league, but I will not talk about EQ. I will talk about the overall sound signature out of the box. Starting with the bass is very lean, as I said. To my ears, it's almost neutral, but with a slightly recession, and since the treble is boosted, the overall sense is that the bass is even more recessed. It doesn't have a lot of snap, it doesn't have a lot of rumble in the sub bass, although the extension is very good. The tonal character, the overall timbre of the bass is very good. It's a very lean, fast, clean, tight, and resolute kind of bass, and it compounds for this overall very analytical and microscopical kind of sound signature that Era is going for. So the bass is interesting, but for some genres, man, it just sucks. If you're trying to listen to pop, EDM, hip hop, this kind of more modern genres that need a lot of humph in the bass, man, this is going to sound very lean and very bad actually. I was trying to hear Portishead, for example, and man, it was a very poor experience because the strength of this IEM is the resolution, and Portishead doesn't need a lot of resolution. It's a very simple and linear kind of music, a very slow kind of music without a lot of things going on. And it needs a lot of bass to shine, and this IEM doesn't have a lot of bass. So a lot of way cheaper IEM, something like $50 to Fear Zero Red, can sound better than this $1,300 Campfire Era with this kind of genres, because this kind of genres doesn't exploit the strengths of Campfire Era, and actually they show the failures in the bass region. But when you try to listen to something very technical, for example Angels and Demons, which is a power metal song, this bass is so fast, so resolute, with so much texture, and you can hear all the analytical nature of this IEM at its best. So again, for the bass, you gotta choose the genre correctly because it's not going to be sufficient for everything, at least to my ears. Now, when we take a look at the mids are very interesting. There are a lot of things going on the mids, and the mids can sound very off with some kinds of genres, very complex and aggressive genres, complex and aggressive music, and if something is bad recorded, man, this IEM is going to show. So you gotta choose your music correctly again. Now, for example, the first time that I felt in love with this IEM was listening to Bob Marley. Man, it was so amazing. The overall resolution, the timbre, the soundstage was so big, with every instrument in the right place, something down below, something up there, something far off, and the layering is so incredible, man. You can hear instruments very near you, instruments very far behind you, and Campfire is known for doing it very well. Solaris, for example, has a lot of layering. Andromeda has a gigantic soundstage, even for today's standard, and Era has these characteristics. And I think that the mids are very important for it because, first of all, they have a peak that can sound very metallic and aggressive. With metal, for example, I think that it's a very harsh and dry IEM, but with more soothing and calmer music, it can sound amazing. And the Pinagain region, the voices region, is very recessed when you compare it to newer IEMs. With the Harman Target IEMs, for example, it sounds like the voices are far behind, and as you can see in this example, although my voice is way far off, you can hear the ambience of the room better, and this is the feeling that Era gives me, and Andromeda and Solaris too, that since the voices can go way back, the instruments can detach from the voices and come closer with a lot of things going right here in front of you, and the voices way behind, so it gives a very strong sense of layering to the mids. And although there is a recession and there is a peak, even female vocals, more harsh vocals, can sound very interesting, but for guitars I think that they are very aggressive and lean, especially with metal music. And when we talk about the treble is boosted. It compounds for this very analytical and technical sound signature. The first part of the treble is boosted, and it shows a lot of macro details in front of you. You got a strong sense of information, a strong sense of resolution, a strong sense of separation, and even a strong sense of glare. It can be very fatiguing with bad recorded music, but when you got something that works with it, man, it's just so amazing. Other kind of genres, for example jazz fusion, with a lot of instruments and a lot of things going on and very complex sounds, this IEM can sound so beautiful because it can resolve everything. It opens up the song in front of you and you can pick up everything that's happening in every location with a superb amount of detail. So it's a very pleasing experience with this kind of genres, and I think that it's very suitable for more calmer genres like classic rock. You can hear the ambience pretty well, you can hear everything, and since it's a more mellow and kind of slow genre, it's not going to fatigue you like metal. So I think that this IEM is a beast. For gaming, it's a monster. The amount of detail retrieval, the positioning, the soundstage. For movies, it's a great IEM too. But for music, you have to take care with the genre. You have to take a lot of care with what specifically you're trying to achieve with one IEM. I would recommend it to anyone that have a big collection of IEMs and is looking for a very specific IEM for jazz, classical music, OSTs, calmer genres, or that want something to be very analytical in complex genres. For example, I do not like Era with power metal because I think it's a very fatiguing sound signature. It's so much detail, so much things going on so fast, but if you have the brain to process all this information and like this kind of stuff, it's going to be a very interesting tool so you can hear everything in these very complex genres. So there you got it, guys, a very interesting IEM with such a specific and beautiful sound signature. I hope you can enjoy it as I have enjoyed it. If you try it, I hope you have enjoyed the overall review, and I see you guys as always in the future. See ya!